Today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can create the easiest WhatsApp agent using Meta's API. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add a WhatsApp trigger. So we're just going to open this. I'm just going to search WhatsApp. And we're going to say on messages. So as you guys can see, we don't have our credentials set up at the moment. And if you open up here, you can see that we're missing our client ID and client secrets. So in order to get those, we're going to have to head over to Facebook's business page so that we can start using our WhatsApp integration in n8n. So once you're at Facebook's business page, you either want to log in with Facebook or Instagram. But if you don't have an account, you can just create one. It should be simple to set up. So I'm just going to log in here. So now that you're signed in, you want to head over to settings. Just loading. Then you want to scroll down to apps. And then you just want to add a new app here. So it's saying that we need to confirm our account by adding a credit card or a number. So we're just going to go ahead and confirm that. If yours is already confirmed, then you don't have to worry about doing this. Okay, so now that we've confirmed all our details, we just go and create an app now. And yeah, we're just going to hit create app. So we just need to enter our app name, and I'm just going to say n8n test. And contact email, I'm just going to use my own email. So next section we have our use cases, and I'm just going to go to others. I scroll down, I'm just going to say other for this section. Next thing we have is our app type, and this app cannot be changed. So just make sure you're choosing the correct one, and we're just going to choose business for this example so that we can connect to WhatsApp after. So all of our details are here, and just confirm that you've put in all the correct information before you go ahead and create an app, and I have, so I'm just going to hit create. So now you should be able to see your apps, and we are going to set up the WhatsApp integration. So I'm just going to click setup. Wait for it to load. And then we are just going to go to app settings over here and then go to basic. So now we have our app ID and our app secret that we need for our WhatsApp integration in n8n. So we're just going to copy those, and then we're going to head back over to n8n. So we've pasted our client ID and client secret back in n8n now, and we're just going to hit save here. And yeah, so we've got a green connection tested successfully pop up here. So that means that our integration is working. So now that we have our main integration set up, we need a separate credential for the number that we're going to be messaging. So we're just going to get that set up now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up an AI agent node so that the agent has a brain and will know how to respond to messages. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a chat model so that our agent has a brain and it will know how to do things. So we're just going to use OpenRouter. And just a reminder, you'll need to set up your credentials for any LLMs that you use inside of n8n when you're setting them up for the first time. So now we need to add a separate WhatsApp node that will allow our AI agent to send us messages using WhatsApp. So we're just going to add here, and we're going to search up WhatsApp and WhatsApp Business Cloud, and then we're going to click send message. So as you guys can see, our credential has not been set up for this node because this is a separate node from the one we set up earlier. And if you go to create new credential, you can see that we need something slightly different here. So we need an access token and a business account ID. And in order to get those, we're going to have to go back over to Facebook's business page. So now that we're back in Facebook's business page, we just want to head down to WhatsApp and then to API setup. So we now have our test phone number here, which is the number that the agent will be sending the messages from. All that's left to do now is just to add the recipient phone number, which is the number that will be receiving the texts. So I'm just going to go ahead and set that up now. So if you've added your recipient phone number, then your next step is to hit the generate access token button over here. So after we've clicked that, we're just going to click continue. And you can either opt into just the current WhatsApp accounts or all future accounts. So I'm just going to click all future accounts here. And then we're just going to hit save. So now that we've set up our account, we have our access token here and our business account ID now for the new WhatsApp node that we set up on n8n. So we're just going to copy those, and then we're going to head back into n8n. So we've pasted in our access token and our account ID, and we're just going to hit save. And yeah, so it's been connected successfully, so we can move on now. So now you just want to make sure that the test number is selected here, and you just need to add the recipient phone number as well. So I'm just going to add that. And last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll down here, and I'm going to say in the text body test, just to test that the API is working. So we're just going to minimize out of this now, and we're going to hit save workflow. Now, because our workflow is inactive, this basically just means that every single time we've sent a message to the agent, we'll have to execute workflow in order to receive a response. But once your workflow is fully complete and in production, you can set this as active, and then you won't have to do that manually anymore. So on the left side of the screen over here, I have the test number from Facebook that we got, and I'm just going to test it here with my workflow. So what we're going to do is we're going to do execute, and I'm just going to type here test and see if it works. Yeah, so we can see our WhatsApp trigger is working because we have a tick here, but we are getting an error because we haven't configured our AI agent node yet. So we're just going to get that configured now, and then it should be fully working. So we have our AI agent open, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select the find below, and we need to find the message that we sent. And if we look down here in the messages section, we can see that says hello, and so that's how we know it's the right variable. So we're going to drag that one in here. Okay, so now that we've connected the variable from the first WhatsApp node to our AI agent, the AI agent will now be able to see all the text that we send, and then it will know how to respond to those texts. Okay, so we're just going to tab out of this, and then we're going to hit save so that it remembers our progress. So we're just going to hit execute, and we're going to send another message. We're just going to say hi. So we've got our response back now from the AI agent, but it says test. And what we want it to do is we want it to be able to respond, because I've sent hi and it said test, so that doesn't make sense. So what we need to do now is we need to configure the AI agent so that every single time you send a message, it will read the message and it will respond according to the message. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our second node, and down here we have tests. So once we send the input data, the AI agent was sending back test, and what we want it to do is we want it to send back its response to our input data. So if you look on the left side of the screen here, we can see that its output said hello, how can I help you today? So we're going to remove this, and we're going to drag the output data into here. So now it knows to respond to our input data with its output data. So we can just tab out of this now and save this, and then we can run a quick retest. So we can run the workflow now, and we can just say tell me a joke. Okay, so it's finished now, and it said, sure, here's a joke for you. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. So our workflow is now finished, and you could even, after that, add memory. You can add external tools, so you can link the WhatsApp to a database, a spreadsheet, and then you can start taking your output data and exporting it to those spreadsheets. Then you can even change the test number to an actual phone number so that you can start working with your clients autonomously. And yeah. And if you wanted to use this workflow in your company or just for personal use, just remember that every messenger will charge you tokens from your account, depending on what LLM you're using. So I'm using OpenRoot here. And in your API, just make sure that you top up your account of credits. And just remember that every single time it runs, it will take credits out of your account. If you guys enjoyed this workflow, then just leave a like, because it'll help to push my video out there. And leave a comment down below and let me know if you want to see any other workflows. I'll also have a link to my free school community in the description below if you guys want to check that out. And yeah, just if you enjoyed, like, subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys.